everybody, welcome to the channel Taking a Bath, and the bathroom is the only place you can place you guys is in peace. On this channel we do product reviews and also some tutorials, and you want to support the channel, go ahead and check out my ebook www.fantasyselfonfire.com. Alright, look, I know it's a tech channel, but guys, look, my background, I got to jump into it. Now, I said I was gonna stay away from it. Shout out to Miss Shrinking Sharon. She brought it to my attention the other night on the show, and I was like, you know, I'm just gonna stay out of it. But I've been out there, guys, hustling the Game Changer, coming back from the barbershop, setting up some barbers and stuff, some local stores with the Game Changer. And the barbershop, we started talking about it or whatever. I'm hearing it on YouTube, I'm hearing it in the barbershop. I'm like, man, let me give my opinion. Now, let me just say this right out. I'm coming from life experience, right? I'm not gonna sit up here and tell you emotions. I'm just gonna tell you what I experienced. Now, if you don't know my background, if you read my book or the synopsis of my book, then you'll find out that I come from sleeping on the floor in the jailhouse, wrongly accused of 3 felonies. I was looking at life in jail. Louisiana have a habitual offender law. Ever since then, guys, I've been out here in the community, bringing the community together. Now, I'm not saying I was an angel, but since then, I've been out here in the community and doing good things, in my opinion, for the people in the community and trying to teach people how to get a seat at the table. So when we're talking about Jay-Z, we're talking about his situation, I'm going to tell you how I feel, but I'm going to show you why I feel the way I feel. All right, let's jump right into it. Okay, so people always ask me, what do I do for a living? Now, when I started off, I was a community organizer. Now, I am a co-director of FISCO, Fire Interface Share Community Organizer. Now, just bear with me. I just want to go through this little quick PowerPoint just to break out 3 points to you guys. Now, the first slide you see right here is community organizing. One of the principles we use is that power is taken, power is shared. There's 2 things that I live my life by. That's principles of the work that I do. Either you can take power or you can share power. As it relates to Jay-Z, when you look at the movement, you say, well, Cabinet was taking a knee, and he was taking a knee for injustice done to people of color by police brutality. It kind of branched out to some other things, you know, injustice on minorities altogether. Then it kind of snowballed into something that really wasn't why he was taking a knee. That's like, well,
the NFL is blackballing him.
So then it became individualized. It became all about Cabinet. We want Cabinet to have a job. That wasn't the purpose of him taking a knee. In fact, he took a knee knowing that it can put his job in jeopardy. His purpose was to bring attention to injustice. There's a difference between a movement and community organizing. When there's a movement, you're marching, you're rah-rahing, you're bringing attention to the matter, and then after a couple of weeks or a couple of days, sometimes after a couple of hours when that news cycle is over, that's it. That movement is dead. Organizing, when we get into the community and organize, we're looking for that power base. We're talking to people, what we call one-to-ones. You know, how would you like to see your community? What you want done in your community? Who are the main players in your community? We begin to have dialogues. Who have the power in this community? And then when we identify who have the power in the community, then 1 or 2 things gonna happen. You're gonna get with the program because we talk to enough people in the community. We got enough people that want the same thing in the community. They have the power of the vote. So either you gonna share your power and do what we want you to do, or we gonna take your power via the voting box. That's how you impact change, guys. It's good to bring attention to the subject, but once you bring attention to the subject, then what? Then what? So you got to be out in the community talking to the people and making sure that everybody agree on what the movement is about. How I started off, he was bringing attention to injustice, and then it snowballed into we want him with a job. What is your issue? You can't build a power base, or you can't impact change if you don't even agree on what your issue is. You got to look to your leaders in your community, like the faith leaders, the politicians. You got to have difficult conversations with each other. At the bottom, see, look, 2 guys debating, African-American guy and Caucasian guys, you can tell by the hair. Debating when structured is good. It's good. I'm still talking about Jay-Z, but I'm making a point. Look, the last thing I'm going to say, after you bring attention to the issue, you have to have a plan. You got to talk to people in the community. You got to agree that this is the issue, and then you got to either take the power or share the power. Either you gonna work with us, Roger Goodell, or we gonna boycott. How many of y'all boycotting the NFL? I'm about to catch the preseason game right now. You know, so you got to see what leverage you have. At my job, most of the time, the leverage is the voting box, right? So what is your leverage? So you're gonna share that power. We're gonna work together to improve the injustice that the movement brought attention to, or we're gonna replace you by any means necessary. You can replace people, and if they're not an elected official, then like I said, you can't withhold your dollars. You have to be strategic. But the only way that's gonna work is that everybody has to agree that this is the way that we can solve it. Look, the seat at the magical table, at the table that's sharing, that's learning, that's trusting, and that's planning. Sharing, learning, trusting, and planning happen at the table. People, if you're not at the table, like an old colleague of mine said, you own the menu. A lot of times I go into meetings and they're making decisions for people that look like me, and people who look like me is not even in the room. I don't speak for all black people, but because I'm at that table, I have a say so. That's what Jay-Z is at. He's not at the table. So if you want to impact a injustice, if you want to impact change, then you got to agree what is the issue. And if we don't even agree what the issue is, then how are you getting mad about somebody getting a seat at the table? Now he have a seat at the table. Somebody who look like you and represent your self-interest now have a seat at the table. In my opinion, that's a good thing, because that's what I do. I fight for the seat at the table. I don't want to be on the menu. You don't decide for me. I decide for myself. Your boy taking the bathroom. Peace. Until next time, subscribe. Hey, leave your comments below if you disagree or you agree. Tired of paying higher internet bills? Can't get internet in your area? An IPTV reseller want to offer your clients something different. Guys, I can show you how you can get unlimited internet. That's right, unlimited data. I have a 20-minute long video that walks you step to step how you can go to the magical website and all of the tools you need and the equipment you need, where you can cut your internet bill down to $35, or you can resell internet to your family, friends, and neighbors. Go ahead and send me a cash app at dbogan78, or PayPal me at taking the bathroom, or my PayPal email address, bathroomminister@gmail.com. Unlimited internet. If you want to know more, I see you in the comment section, or send me an email at takingthebathroom@gmail.com.